A very dear friend of mine recently passed away from cancer, and so I felt the need to go on a long journey. I chose the Florida Trail because the timing was good. It was the winter time, and my mother wanted to escape the cold with me, so she became my trail angel, for which I was very grateful. I actually did a daily vlog of the journey, but for those of you who are new to my channel, this is the condensed version. And I will tell you at the end what I actually thought of the trail. I very much look forward to the time when we will never have to part with our loved ones again.
Never part again.
What? Never part again?
What? You mean if you tell me say we now go part again?
Never part again.
How far from home, I asked as on I bent my steps. The watchman spake,
The long dark night is almost gone, the morning soon will break. Then weep no more, but speed thy flight, with hope's bright star, our guiding ray, till thou shalt reach the realms of light in everlasting day.
I asked the warrior on the field. This was his soul-inspiring song.
With courage for the sword I wield, the battle is not long. Then weep no more, but well endure the conflict till the work is done. For this I know, the prize is sure when victory is won.
I asked again, earth, sea, and sun seemed with one voice to make reply.
Unwasting sands are nearly run, eternity's nigh. Then weep no more with warning tones, for tender signs of ending love. The whole creation waiting knows to hear the trumpet sound.
The travelers going out to cheer, which of the healing harvest wrought, and drive the honest tears. Then weep no more, since we shall meet where weary footsteps never roam. Our trials past, our joys complete, safe in our Father's home. Safe in our Father's It buoys us up while passing through. It turns us as one person is wilderness. It buoys us up while passing through this wilderness of woe. It points us to the land of rest, where saints with Christ as the what, and each has his name. We go to see thee as the what, and each that makes go home.
So the Healing Hiker rating for this Florida trail is a 2 out of 5. Let me start with the negatives so that we can end with the positives. Negative number 1 was the ticks. You have to be mindful of ticks all the time. I had so many crawling on me, on my clothes. I brushed them off all the time. And even in the evenings, I would find them on my leg or my neck, and I do not like ticks, so this is something that is very real on this trail. Forget the snakes and the alligators, they were fine. Although I did almost step on 2 venomous snakes. At least the snakes you can kind of see better than the ticks. I didn't like snakes, I was worried about them, but they turned out to be not so bad as I was dreading. At least I didn't see any pythons. I did not want to see any pythons. Anyway, negative number 2 is the road walks. There's about a third of the trail, I'm guessing, is road walks. And thankfully I had my bicycle with my mom along. We brought our bikes. But if I had to walk these roads, I would have given up in discouragement a long time ago. I'm a wimp, I guess. But these road walks are in remote areas. If you do a road walk, at least it would be nice if you went through a town. But no, these are out in the boonies, or else they're on really busy highways with traffic incessant. And you take your life in your hands by doing these road walks. Even on a bicycle, I had to dive into the ditch every once in a while. There's some crazy drivers, so road walks very much a negative. The third negative for me was all the trash. And you can expect it. Of course it was in the ditches and stuff, which is understandable, sad but true. But it was in the wilderness as well, and that's what really discouraged me. You see it hanging from trees and beer bottles and old shoes and clothing, and people would throw their old carpeting into swamps, and you had all kinds of things floating in the water. Florida, if you would deal with your trash problem, you would have such a beautiful state. But yeah, this was a very big distraction and discouragement for me on this trail. Negative number 4 was the trail in some parts was not well marked. And for a National Scenic Trail, I felt that it was subpar. This is my first long distance trail, but my expectation would be that it would be a well-maintained trail. And I did have to do some bushwhacking, and if I didn't have an app, it's called the Far Out app, I would still be wandering in the wilderness. And there was a couple of scary situations even with the app. Say your cell phone died and you didn't have the app. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just me having too high of expectations, but you absolutely cannot do this trail without the app. So for me, that was a negative. And the final negative, which isn't as huge as the others, but it's still something to consider, is all the water walking. You will be having wet feet a good majority of the time. So either bring rubber boots or plastic bags or something. You will have wet feet. I know I made a big deal about it in my daily vlogs, but it really wasn't that bad. And I was able to dry off at the end of the day. So I was blessed. Now let's go on to the good points about this trail. Number 1 is that I had to use an app. And it was so much fun. I know I said it was a negative, but it was also very much a positive. It was like a treasure hunt. And you knew what was going to happen down the road, and people would comment and they would tell you what you're coming up against. And the GPS was so neat to see as you followed along on the trail. So for me, that was really fun. I enjoyed that. Positive number 2 is that I could go for days and days without seeing anybody else on the trail. And for me, the solitude was so valuable. It was what my soul needed to heal from huge grief, and I just really appreciated that about this trail. So huge thumbs up on that. Positive number 3 is the Trail Association has a huge supportive community. There's a Facebook group called the Florida Trail Angels, and they will help you with anything that you need. You just message them and they're on it. For example, I read about this one couple. Oh, we ran short on funds this month. Could somebody please buy us some food? This lady was on it right away. She said, absolutely, what do you need? She got it for them and she delivered it to them on trail. To me, that sounds suspicious, but these people are absolute saints and they'll help with transportation. So you really are blessed with the people that care about this trail. It's a huge caring community. Another positive was the time of year I went. I started Thanksgiving Day, so the end of November, and I finished February 21st. And in that time, I hiked 75 days. So I was not in a marathon. With my mom along, I felt I could enjoy the trail to the max, and I really did. But there was no mosquitoes during this time. I can count on one hand where I had to kill a mosquito. So go at this time of year, and especially going north to south, it seemed to work very, very well for me. So that was a positive. And one last positive is the people that we met on the trail. Both my mom and I commented. You see, my mom is not the best map reader. I didn't know this before we left. We had a great big atlas and I would say, Mom, I need you to meet me here at this time. I'll be here waiting for you. She could not find it. So she had to stop and ask a lot of people directions, and people were so nice and caring. They would stop what they do. Some of them would actually drive to the place where she needed to meet me. Even construction workers would quit their job and hop in their truck and lead Mom to where I was to be. So Florida, you have some beautiful, beautiful people, and that made the trek just worth it. Just meeting, it renewed my faith in humanity. It really did. I was touched. So would I recommend doing this trail? No, I would not. I absolutely would not. I do not want to take the responsibility of saying, oh, Leanne, you said this was going to be a good trail. No. Unless you have a trail angel like I did and are blessed that way, I cannot recommend it. But some people love it. I met one guy that did a yo-yo. He walked south and then he walked back north. And some people do it more than once. But don't take it from me to do it. I don't want that responsibility. Am I glad I did it? Absolutely. It helped with huge grief. It was something very positive to do during the winter, and I'm very grateful that I was able to do this, and to look back on the footage that I have is so special and brings back such good memories. I actually do remember the good things more than the bad, so take that for what it's worth. And there really was some beautiful scenery on this trail. In my next video, I will share with you the 5-day hikes that I would recommend doing on this trail. They're pretty excellent. They're pretty fun. So, on to my next big adventure. I hope you will stay tuned. I thank you for watching.